Jey Uso legitimately leaving WWE, signs with AEW. Real reasons why Austin Theory lost his United States Championship on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio breaks silence after United States Championship win on SmackDown. WWE makes a huge change to Jey Uso's status after he quit the company on SmackDown. Solo Sikoa sends message to Jey Uso after his shocking WWE exit. LA Knight replaces Jey Uso on SmackDown. Let's jump right into it. Real reasons why Austin Theory lost his United States Championship on SmackDown. Austin Theory's reign as the United States Champion finally came to an end on the most recent episode of SmackDown as Rey Mysterio unexpectedly defeated him for the title. The loss of Theory's title was a surprising turn of events, especially with Rey replacing Santos Escobar at the last moment to dethrone him. Now the question arises, why did Austin Theory lose his championship on SmackDown? With that in mind, let's delve into the 3 potential reasons behind Austin Theory's loss of the US title on the recent edition of the Blue brand. Number 3. Austin Theory title reign was boring. One of the potential reasons behind Theory losing his championship is the perceived lackluster nature of his reign, particularly following his victory over John Cena at WrestleMania. Many fans believe that despite holding the United States Championship, Theory failed to establish himself as a relevant and engaging title holder. It's worth noting that Theory also managed to defeat Edge to retain his title on WWE Raw. However, it appears that Theory's tenure as champion hasn't resonated with audiences as the company had hoped. This could lead to the decision to shift toward a more creative direction for Theory within WWE. Number 2. To give Theory bigger opportunities. Another reason behind Theory losing his United States Championship could be WWE's intention to push him toward a more significant opportunity. While holding the US Championship, Theory was largely confined to the mid-card division. However, losing his title could potentially pave the way for Theory to ascend to the main event of the card, granting him access to higher-profile matches and storyline. This shift in direction could also open doors for Theory to receive a world title opportunity. Furthermore, losing the United States Championship might set the stage for a future showdown between Theory and Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Number 1. For an upcoming babyface turn. One of the primary reasons behind losing the title could be Austin Theory's babyface turn. Since his debut on the main roster, Theory has predominantly portrayed a villainous character in the company. However, many believe that a shift to a babyface persona could be beneficial for Theory if executed properly. Losing the United States Championship could serve as the initial step towards facilitating Theory's eventual transition into a babyface role within the Stanford-based promotion. Just as Roman Reigns faced challenges in his babyface character, but found immense success as the compelling villainous tribal chief, a similar transformation could await Theory as his babyface turn might well be the pivotal turning point in his career. Rey Mysterio breaks silence after United States Championship win on SmackDown. WWE legend and Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio spoke about his United States Championship win this week. The legendary Luke hitter was forced into a title match against Austin Theory after the champ injured challenger Santos Escobar to the point where he could not compete. WWE official Adam Pearce announced that Theory would defend the title against Rey instead. Kalia Braxton caught up with the new champion on SmackDown Lowdown. Mysterio mentioned that he was fueled by anger and frustration and wasn't focused on the outcome of the match. He dedicated the win to LWO and claimed that the US title belonged to the whole faction. Today was a roller coaster ride from the moment I arrived to the moment which is now. I was so angry, and my anger and frustration took over that when I went out and had that match with Austin. I wasn't really thinking about the final consequences, which is this. But my team, LWO, this ain't my title. This is our title. This is the LWO's title. Incredible. During the same conversation, Rey Mysterio shared some words about the former champ Theory. He mentioned that it was the perfect time to cut Theory's title reign short and win the US Championship for the LWO. Oh my God, this is our unity right here. This is what unites us together. When you have guys like Austin Theory, which we all run across at some point in our lifetime, you got to put an end to that. I think tonight was the perfect night to put an end to Austin Theory, and here's the result. Rey went on to check on Santos Escobar after the interview. What do you think of Rey Mysterio as the new United States Champion? Let us know in the comment section below. Ways WWE can bring back Jey Uso after he quit the company. WWE fans were shocked when Jimmy Uso betrayed his brother Jey at SummerSlam 2023. Just when it seemed as if the surprises were over, the company left fans in disbelief following the most recent edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Chaos erupted in the final segment of the night, which ultimately led to Jey Uso laying out every member of his family. He then looked directly into the camera and revealed that he was done. Jey is done with the Bloodline, Friday Night SmackDown, and WWE as a whole. Fans were bewildered by Jey's comments, watching in disbelief as he exited through the live audience. Still, the move is almost certainly a storyline of some kind, and Uso will likely be back on television sooner rather than later, albeit exactly when isn't yet known. This piece will look at a handful of ways the promotion could bring Jey back to television in the future. This includes appearing in a specialty match type to continue a major feud and beyond. How might he be brought back? Here are 4 ways WWE can bring back Jey Uso after he quit the company. Number 4, he could return and cost Jimmy Uso a major match. As noted, fans were shocked at what went down at WWE SummerSlam in Detroit. When When Jey Uso seemingly had Roman Reigns defeated, he was pulled out of the ring by a masked man. The mask came off and it was revealed to be his twin brother. Jey Uso then hit the super kick on Jey and allowed Roman to win. He later revealed that he didn't do it to help Reigns, nor does he want to rejoin the bloodline. Instead, he said that he did it to avoid Jey being corrupted by power. Main event, Jey Uso didn't buy into Jimmy's story. Jey has a right to be upset. When he returns to WWE television, he may use his anger and frustration by returning the favor. If Jimmy is close to winning a big match or even a title, Jey may sneakily cost his twin the match. From there, the two could end up having a big-time bout. Number 3. Jey Uso could return and win the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match. There is no information regarding how long Jey Uso will be away from WWE programming. He could return as soon as the next Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown episode. On the other hand, he could be gone for quite a long time. If he's gone for longer than fans expect, Jey may reappear at the 2024 Royal Rumble. He could return in the Men's Royal Rumble match, attempting to win and thus earn a championship opportunity after he was ripped away from him. Provided main event Jey Uso won the bout, he could then challenge the Tribal Chief one last time. If Jey dethroned Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania, the entire journey would be worth it. Number 2. He could represent an anti-bloodline team at Survivor Series. Survivor Series has been a staple show in WWE for around 35 years now. The event took an interesting turn last year when it was rebranded Survivor Series War Games and featured the first 2 War Games bouts on the main roster. The men's War Games match from 2022 featured Sheamus, Butch, Ridge Holland, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens taking on the Bloodline. Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Solo, and Jimmy Uso represented the faction and ultimately won the bout. A year later sees the Bloodline very much in a different light. Roman still has Solo by his side, and there may be a chance that he can patch things up with Jimmy, but Jey is never coming back. Instead, main event Jey Uso could potentially return to WWE in time to fight his family inside the War Games cage. It would be appropriate to see the Bloodline go to war in the same environment where they seemed fully united a year prior. Number 1. Jey could return to WWE Raw and help Sami Zayn now that Kevin Owens is injured. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn have had a complicated relationship over the years. The two were friends early on in their WWE career, but things went south once Sami weaseled his way into the Bloodline. From there, Jey had clear animosity towards Zayn that eventually left only for Sami to turn on the group. Uso struggled with morality and dealing with friendship versus family. In the end, the two have clear tension between them, yet Sami has done his best to get through to the former tag team champion. There's a chance that Jey can return to WWE programming by joining the Monday Night Raw roster. He could then align with Sami once again, or at least try to make peace with his former friend. Given Zayn's issues with the Judgment Day, having another ally in his fight against the Fierce Foursome could be beneficial long term. WWE makes a huge change to Jey Uso's status after he quit the company on SmackDown. Jey Uso shocked the wrestling world during last night's SmackDown as he announced that he is leaving WWE amid all the drama surrounding his family. The company has now made a major change to the star's status, adding further fuel to the fire. The Bloodline storyline continued on last night's SmackDown, where Jimmy Uso explained his actions at SummerSlam. The older twin noted that he did not want to lose his brother to power like Roman and therefore cost him the match. An infuriated Jey then went on to lay out Reigns and Solo before delivering a super kick to Jimmy. The former right-hand man then made it clear that he is out of the Bloodline, SmackDown, and WWE. The incident left the wrestling world abuzz as many are confused if it's all part of the storyline or if Jey Uso has actually left the Stanford-based promotion. WWE also moved the 37-year-old to the alumni section of their website, which is for the wrestlers who are no longer active competitors for the company. Jey Uso has been the talk of the town ever since he became the first man in over 3 years to pin Roman Reigns. The 37-year-old went to challenge the head of the table for his Tribal Chief title, as well as his undisputed WWE Universal Championship. While Jey was on the cusp of victory at SummerSlam, his own tag team partner, an older twin Jimmy, cost him the bout. This led to full-blown drama on the latest edition of SmackDown, which ended with main event Jey seemingly leaving the company. Reviewing this segment on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel stated that it felt like the audience was not 100% invested in it, and the company needs to do better in the coming weeks. That last segment, I don't think they 100% bought into it. You could tell the crowd was kind of saying, I don't know about this. So I hope they pick up on that and address it. I mean, it's not all gone. I mean, that story is still there, but they're gonna have to sharpen that up a little bit. The turn shocked them enough, but to come back and put it back together in one show was too much. While fans have been worried about Jey Uso's future with the company, the segment on SmackDown is most likely a work and the star could soon return to set up a match against Jimmy Uso. Solo Sikoa sends message to Jey Uso after his shocking WWE exit. Jey Uso attacked his three brothers and announced his exit from WWE SmackDown came to an end. Now Solo Sikoa has taken to Twitter to address his brother's exit from the company with a cold forward message. Sikoa and Jey have been an integral part of the bloodline and have always done their part to ensure Roman Reigns remains the WWE Universal Champion. Since coming together, all members of the bloodline have turned on the tribal chief except for Solo Sikoa, who has constantly been on Reigns' side no matter what. On WWE SmackDown, Jey superkicked Reigns, Sikoa, and Jimmy. He then looked into the camera and said that he was done and was exiting the bloodline, SmackDown, and WWE as the show came to a close. Now Solo Sikoa, via social media, has addressed Jey's exit saying that they don't need him. "We don't need you." Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso were forced to choose their sides when Jimmy Uso betrayed Roman Reigns at Night of Champions. On the episode of WWE SmackDown between Night of Champions and Money in the Bank, Reigns and Sikoa tried swaying Jey their way, but he sided with his brother. The Usos' move away from the bloodline resulted in a tag team match between them and Reigns and Sikoa at Money in the Bank. At the PLE, the Usos beat the remaining bloodline members when Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns, ending his 94-day streak of not being pinned. Solo Sikoa also got involved in the tribal combat match between Reigns and Jey at WWE SummerSlam. However, Jey was able to handle the interference by driving Sikoa into a table, but he lost the match when Jimmy broke his pin and superkicked him, allowing Reigns to capitalize on the situation and retain his title. LA Knight replaces Jey Uso on SmackDown. Jey Uso ended the recent edition of WWE SmackDown unexpectedly by announcing that he is out from the bloodline, the Blue brand, and the whole Stanford-based promotion. This generated attention from the WWE universe as fans anticipated what's next for the bloodline. However, in the absence of Jey Uso from the company, WWE could use LA Knight as a top babyface to replace the former right-hand man on SmackDown. Even the angle of leaving WWE seems to be a part of the storyline, but still it will eventually lead to Jey missing WWE television to solidify the angle further. Also, Roman Reigns will likely miss WWE for upcoming months, which leaves the company with the choice of LA Knight to make him the top babyface in the absence of these stars. This opportunity serves as a golden chance and one of the biggest turns to further solidify Knight as a main eventer in the company. As fans are already behind the push of the megastar, this step could ultimately lead to positive growth for him in the company. Also, as Jimmy Uso could still appear on television, this could open up the opportunity for a feud between Jimmy and Knight. This also helps Jimmy to generate more heat among the fans and eventually anticipate his future clash against his brother. Currently, there are no reports regarding the potential return of Jey Uso to the company. However, the upcoming premium live event Payback 2023 could potentially serve as a platform for Jey's return. If the clash between Jey and Jimmy Uso doesn't take place during the show, Jey might return to attack Jimmy if he happens to be competing in a match. Furthermore, Jey's recent attack on Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa on the show suggests that the connection between the tribal chief, enforcer, and the storyline remains. It will be intriguing to see what the company has in store for the upcoming shows. The absence of both Jey Uso and Roman Reigns for a few weeks could also put Jimmy in the spotlight as one of the prominent figures from the Bloodline saga. Alternatively, the company might also explore giving Jimmy Uso singles run in the upcoming episodes of WWE SmackDown. Jey Uso legitimately leaving WWE, signs with AEW. Jey Uso announced that he was quitting WWE last night on SmackDown, leaving fans speculating about his future. Jey challenged Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and Tribal Chief status in a tribal combat match at SummerSlam. Despite his impressive performance, he lost the bout after getting betrayed by his twin brother, Jimmy Uso. The former right-hand man confronted Reigns and Jimmy last night on SmackDown. After superkicking them in Solo Sikoa, Jey announced that he is out of the Bloodline, SmackDown, and the whole company. Over the past few hours, many rumors spread on social media about Jey's future. A Twitter account credited Fightful Select for reporting that Jey quitting was legitimate as his contract would expire this month. The alleged report also mentioned that Jey's non-compete clause would end 5 days before AEW's All-In event, hinting at the possibility of him joining Tony Khan's promotion. Ross Sapp of Fightful took to Twitter to address these rumors, stating that his website did not report any of this. Jey Uso's actions on last night's SmackDown are probably another swerve in the Bloodline storyline. His father, Ricochet, seemingly urged the Stanford-based company to book another Bloodline battle at Payback. Meanwhile, a promoter seemingly spoiled Ricochet's possible return to the Stanford-based company while advertising an upcoming appearance for the Hall of Famer at his signing event. The promoter urged fans to meet Ricochet before he referees at Payback. However, the Usos and Solo Sikoa's father quickly commented on the ad, claiming it was a wrong promoter mistake.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me